So welcome back, everybody. Today we're not going to be doing, say, gaming or anything like that. As you all know, I'm a content creator as well. How I got started on this whole thing, although I guess I've been doing streaming probably just as long, maybe a year or two later. But, today we're actually working on a video that I recently recorded about. If you're in Discord, you know I've been writing a script for this, and I recorded the audio for it. It's not terribly good audio, but it's acceptable for what I can do and given my circumstances. I mean, I generally speak in a very monotone fashion. I have a very echoey room, and I have to keep the microphone close to me, so it's going to sound like this naturally. Here we go. Just making sure the audio isn't leaking over from anywhere. Ooh, let's turn that down. Since I need to be able to hear Sony Vegas, this stuff will be toned down just a tad bit. As you can see here, we got, after cutting down all of the audible breaths and clicks and I would say retakes, I managed to shorten this thing down to about 12 minutes. I don't know, how long is this? The very end of it, 12 minutes, 11 seconds. So, I mean, it's not the worst. I've already done some light editing at the beginning, even with some, what do they like to call this? It's positioning of the picture, but they call it, like, tracking or some shit. As you can tell, oh, it's, I can't even transitioned over, but as you can see here, we got about 12 minutes of footage here. Or rather, of audio. No really footage yet, other than just a picture on most of this, and I believe this is the intro, yep. Oh yeah, I guess I should also include the outro, but yeah, let's not worry about that, because we will be stretching and altering this as time goes on. It's a good direction at starting with using just straight raw 60 FPS footage and just straight audio. Tends to work out a little bit more. We also did something interesting. Let me take a look here if I can find it. We're also adding logo motion, so that will take a lot more time to edit because I just can't put one logo down for the entire video and render. But this shouldn't really take me too long since my emotion doesn't really change a whole bunch throughout this. Fucking advertisements. But we'll see. It's all right here anyway. And then I think we actually interspersed a clip showing where we can divide the thing up. So this one right here is about Angry Joe. This portion's right here about Star, and then the ending. And this one's about Keyboy. I think it even says Keyboy here. Actually, I probably didn't even need to say Keyboy because I really gave a lot of background on Keyboy. That's probably, I don't know, it seems that we've gotten a pretty equal amount of information on both sides. I probably should show you the guys the script so you have a decent idea of what we're dealing with here. Yeah, I should probably get something right here. If you don't know what the whole thing was about, it was about entitled viewers. This is a whole 4 pages of script. I actually banged this thing out in like an hour or two. Strangely, I had a lot of things to say. Most of it was just recounting what happened with, say, Kiori, Angry Joe, and Stir. And then giving some, I would say, like, commentary on the whole thing afterwards. As well as just a general message, just, for the love of God, give rid of that entitled attitude. Because that's seriously the only thing that's really a contentious point throughout this whole thing. Is that there is an entitlement cropping up with some channels. It doesn't affect every channel though, strangely enough. Just very particular audiences, and I don't know why. Maybe when content has a dramatic shift, is there a sense of entitlement that crops up? But even then, that's debatable. And yes, we're having a virtual fireplace again. I don't know why. But we actually do need to find a sensor sound, so sensor. Trying to not censor beep or censor bleep, whatever it is. It's actually really long. I don't think I swear for over 2 seconds. I need a clean sound effect. Yeah, you're just doing this only because it's YouTube. Then for some reason I find it funnier when you actually censor something. Best one on YouTube. The fact there's even a best quality sound effect is beyond me. I'll just download it in browser, fuck that. Audio, wouldn't it be MP3? Why is it MP4? Is an MP4... Let's say all I need is the audio. Oh my god, that was fucking loud. And that's an already installed app. There we go. Let's see if... God damn it. Alright, well... Can't use that because for some reason instead of it being MP4, it's MBA or some shit. Okay, so it looks like I might have to do... Like, seriously, all I need is the audio. Oh, here we go. Converting files. Please wait, I hate those misleading advertisements. Converting file. It's the same advertisement twice. God, the amount of ads I get in this fucking thing. God, hopefully there isn't anything background opening that happened. Let's cut this somewhere else. Sorry if I can't show both screens on here. The aspect ratios would be fucked on screen then. And on top of that, my second screen is just mostly chats. For some reason, Mixer does not have a category for creative or editing. So I just had to say that I'm still doing cross, which I'm clearly not doing. Alright, so Sony Vegas. No, video music. I guess it's classified as music, but more or less says sound effect. I'll go ahead and clamp that in there. Do we have any more sound effects actually that we could toss in here? Big swishes with dings. Cha-chings. I might as well try. The only prescription has more cowbell. Is that really a sound effect or is that more of a music? Because it is quite a long sound effect. Yeah. Go ahead and cut that out too. Oh god. I sorry if my frames are dropping. For some reason my upload speed is taking a shit on itself today. God, how do I get less than a megabyte of upload speed? I live in America, goddammit. I'm not in the third world country. Jesus. There we go. So now we have a bleep sound. Although we're going to have to trim the fat off that because for some reason the sound effect is quite... How would I say? I wouldn't say fat, but it's definitely a tiny bit more chunky than I would like. I can't really follow the script either because I did go off script a couple of times. So insert another audio track here. Unfortunately, we're going to have to listen to my voice, which I hate, but some people do like. There we go. We should be able to hear it over the music and ads. So, bear with me, we're going to have to watch through my shit.
Now, you may be asking yourself, Painelius, aren't you being a tad bit hyper...
Hey, Beard10, how you doing? We're just doing some light editing right now, so... Currently, we're trying to edit the audio. So right now we're just going to be censoring out our fucks, shits, and ass, and all of that cuss words out of this video. Mainly for the shits and gigs of it. Why not? Let's see. Doing good. I'm doing good myself. It's a pretty nice relaxing day, and you know what? I felt like doing some editing. Haven't done this in a long ass time. And Wifilo, welcome, how you doing? So sorry if we're gonna have to watch myself watching myself edit, but we're definitely have to go through our audio again to see where we swear, so bear with me.
Hyperbolic and a bit of a fucking ass for poisoning a well before we even get started with the title like that. And rude of you to interrupt my fucking video before you even said a paragraph. But I guess you're right. My statistically non-existent viewer.
Ooh, I want to fix that. How the fuck did that happen? Usually shit like that. Must be something wrong with the cropping here. Yeah, get rid of that. Yeah, for some reason, this should be small at the beginning. It shouldn't be adjusting halfway through. So that should be fixed now.
My statistically non-existent viewer. Hear me out, though.
There we go. Fixed. I'm still learning the tricks and trade of editing, but considering throughout most of my YouTube career I never, how would I say, put any thought into editing, it's much more difficult for me.
Even as a content creator that has no success taken off the past 5 years, not that bad. I can say with absolute fucking certainty that would have seen.
Ooh, there's one.
Absolute fucking.
So this is it.
Fucking.
And here we go. New God. That shit is peaking. Ooh, considering this is going to be the censor audio, let me go ahead and turn it down across the whole line so I don't have to do it each individual time. Although I guess it really doesn't matter either, because I could just copy and paste this thing. Here we go. Yeah, I don't want. It has to be more powerful, but it can't be too much. I don't want this to accidentally, like, just screech people's ears off halfway through listening.
Fucking.
So it's this little section right here. It's like bleeding over just a tad bit.
Fucking certain.
It kind of works. Maybe just a little bit louder.
Fucking certainty that what I see in today's audiences on YouTube terrifies me.
And just for note, I didn't finish the visuals up till that point, so there's going to be no more visuals beyond this point. Just a quick little side note. And yes, I'll put music in this too.
Now, before we get into this dumpster fire video, let me give some like background on how I came to this topic.
And yes, this is 12 minutes long
Going
too.
a while back, there was this channel called Curie that was run by.
And just for a quick little background, we also do have an absolute assload of pictures for every single one of these channels I'm talking about. Just to give a light idea about their analytics, since I can't just give a straight raw analytics of their channel. I have to ask them for that, and generally channels don't share that, especially to irrelevant channels like mine.
By this 12-year-old blonde girl that turned out to be a, say, 20-year-old married man with an equally younger-looking American girl doll as a wife. Basically, you can imagine this person as your childhood nightmare about whatever was in your grandparents' closet coming to life and yelling into a microphone about Blue Buff for 10 to 15 minutes. You couldn't tell he was a League of Legends YouTuber that...
I strangely swear a lot less than what I thought he did.
Nothing terribly out of left field in terms of content, but his personality and editing style made him interesting for the most part. Well, fast forward his channel a year or two later.
And the reason why the audio is chopped up this much is that I've breathed a lot throughout this video, as well is that the microphone is so close to me since I speak, I would say, with a less than a foot distance between it, since my room is entirely made out of wood and has no sound foam. It is very echoey if I, like, say, spoke from a good distance away. So right now you can probably hear that it sounds a lot more echoey, as well as you'll also pick up a lot more sound from my computer. God, my stream's still dropping frames. Sorry about that. That's just because for some reason my internet's taking a shit right now. Good thing I'm not playing computer games, otherwise I would be kind of fucked.
Later, he nearly has 1 million subscribers, but what he starts doing is he starts drifting off into different games like Smash Brothers, Overwatch, and other.
Ooh, there's a little editing mistake there. Hey, what's up, Riddler? How you doing?
Well, fast forward his channel a year or two later, he nearly has 1 million subscribers, but what he starts doing is he starts drifting off into different games like Smash Brothers, Overwatch, and other. Not a big.
Interesting. Okay. So I clipped out the part where it says other games.
He starts drifting off into different games like Smash Brothers. Other. Not.
Yeah, this should be other games.
Other games.
Interesting. It doesn't show up on the timeline.
And other games. Not. Other games. Not a big surprise. People.
Interesting. Okay. That's odd. It didn't show up on any of the audio. And yet it's still there. Let's get all of this. And god damn it. Now I lost where I was. It's way farther back. Where did that shit overlap? Here it is. So we just need to move this back. Which will kind of mess with the time placements. God, I thought I fixed the audio for all this. Or, you know what, I could try and fix it locally so I don't mess with everything.
People get bored of games. Especially when you're. Games. Especially when you're forced.
Nah, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, fuck it. I'm just gonna have to change this whole thing. Can't really salvage that without sacrificing some of the audio quality. I'll just have to shift over the title cards a tad bit. There we go. So, drag that over. Hopefully everything was preserved. Yes, okay. Perfect. Just need to quickly adjust this. So just gotta shift that over. Do something like that.
Itself.
Yeah, drag that out too.
Turn down the creator itself.
Let's drag that out a tad bit. Probably want to make that title card a tad bit longer.
Now, for those of you who don't know, the whole drama around Angry Joe show has been well.
Okay, and the one about stir, where the fuck is that? Here it is. So drag that over. Let's see if this is preserved. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. Now the A and B shit's mixed up. How the fuck do I get rid of that? Things they don't teach you. It's gonna be quite obnoxious that the whole thing split into A and B tracks. Fuck. That is so pointless. I don't need A and B tracks. Alright, whatever. Just makes everything more confusing.
Anytime soon. Now, I'm starting to see the same thing with a channel called Star 2, a second channel to the podcast.
Alright. Can I just stick that up there? Okay, there we go. That's how you fix it. I think everything's working out. Okay. Back to listening to the audio then. I think we were about here, I think?
Not a big surprise, people get bored of games, especially when you're forced to make an assload of content for it. I mean, imagine being quote-unquote forced to play golf it for months on end and having to force in a joke every minute in desperate hope that you will die to starvation because YouTube no longer believes in giving channels anything other than a soft cone of fuck you.
Okay, here we go.
Anything other than a soft cone of fuck.
Oh, good. This one's actually clearly marked out. So you then, we need to copy you. And shit, where were we? It's right here and right here before this edited track.
Cone of fuck you.
I don't know. Maybe this actually might help us on the long end. Because strangely enough, I looked at my analytics for, I think, YouTube. Our CPM compared to the average is, for some reason, extremely high. Nearly like 4 times the average. So let's try to preserve that with censoring.
Fuck you.
You would get pretty bored of that game.
Going back on topic though, Curie started to make new videos about whatever was tickling his fancy. For the most part, they were
Also,
doing
welcome, Beast.
reasonably well for a channel breaking out of their niche. Sure, they had less views in general, but there was something new.
And during this time, I'd just be showing the pictures I took of all the videos on this channel, showing that previously his off branches would be doing fine, but then as soon as he moved on, saying that he was no longer doing League of Legends, the analytics started to change, where his community really started to turn on him. It was strange too. The comments became quite caustic, and it was just a shit show. Not as bad as some other channels have faced, especially considering that he just abandoned that channel as soon as the things became caustic, but oh boy.
Everything was working out nicely. But this is YouTube and nothing works out because PewDiePie made a fucking Hitler joke.
Oh god.
Now everyone's basically Stalin. But Keyboy's meme is pretty juicy. So Keyboy's channel went on doing its thing with his new videos, but something changed in his audience. After his audience got the idea that League videos would likely not be nearly as common, which was later confirmed by Curie, saying that
Just editing audio right now.
They started to turn on him. His new style of videos would get massive amounts of dislikes, even though they were still him doing his...
I guess we really don't need to explain everything, because I did explain everything in the video.
Maybe a tad bit kicked up a notch due to enthusiasm, but that wasn't the fucking end of it. As his comments, my god, his comments would either be about how Curie was a goddamn monster.
I don't know, should I censor goddamn? Because I know that's a swear word in some countries, but at the same time... Nah.
They're not dancing for their fans' amusement, or how there was too many comments about his League era, or rather there was other YouTubers saying their signature catchphrases, because totally not irrelevant. Curie tried to fix this with another League video, but they were having none of that. And the hate seemed to get worse from there. Clearly this took a toll on the living embodiment of a Webkins, as his uploads got more and more spaced out until he stopped entirely. He was still streaming, but it was a different group of people entirely. Months later though, he came out of his closet to announce that he was moving on, and to be honest,
God, I don't swear
I am
near
not
as much as I thought.
surprised that he was to toss this baby out of his way. It became more of an abusive relationship regardless of his effort. His audience wanted
slurred my
something
words
they
there,
wanted to
too.
make, and clearly weren't going to fucking hear it.
There we go. I think it's this track right here.
Fucking hear
Si, senor. Let's get rid of it.
to fucking hear it. Good, I say. Let the whole fucking thing burn to fucking hear it. Good, I say. Let the whole fucking thing.
It's this one where I
Fucking
stutter?
thing.
Yeah, there it is. Is it that too?
The whole fucking thing burns out. At least he made a decent Twitch channel and pre-launched his Barney persona. But this wasn't the only case where a YouTuber's audience became entitled and turned on the creator itself.
Maybe we should put in a fade there just so it doesn't seem nearly as abrupt.
Turned on the creator itself. Now, for those of you who don't know, the whole drama around Angry Joe Show has been well documented and talked about in various places, but let me give my interpretation. He often expressed desires to expand into other fields instead of angry reviews, and he kind of acted on that. He made movie reviews, game impressions, interviews, you name it. See the trend here? Clearly, it wasn't meant to be a wholehearted replacement of a staple series, as he would always be angry about some hot topic game. But eventually, his audience got suspicious. Nah, that's probably the wrong word for it, as the reaction came more akin to that of a bath salts induced rampage. The strange thing is that his videos were initially fine in terms of reception, and for the most part, people saw what he was doing as additional content.
You know, I'm actually thinking, what do you guys think about how, how I do the fire crackling or ambient sound effects on stream? Would you think that would be applicable to something like this, where I'm talking about hot topic issues where I would have a fire in the background? I'm not sure if that would be too much. Like there'd be too much audio going on because you'd have the music, light fire, and then you'd have my voice being the powerful thing there, so you'd be able to clearly hear that separated. I mean, I'm not sure. It's probably just because I'm thinking, does really anyone even notice or care that I have that in the background? And I'm not sure if that would even help here. I could do it just to see what the effect is. We'll see.
It was only after that he was taking a 2-month break that his comments became their absolute notorious cesspool, and his dislikes went off the fucking rail.
There we go. You can go there.
Fucking rails. You would think that he would have did something akin to what Uber Danger or Toby did and touched underage fans, but no, all he did was just take a break. It wasn't fucking pretty. This clearly took a toll on Joe, as a while later, a couple of weeks later, he made a video where he described the whole thing from his perspective. For one, he pointed out that he was still on track for angry reviews, and
well, I shouldn't say that he pointed out this. This was mostly that it was on I believe a Reddit post on his subreddit where a fan, I think, calculated the average amount of angry reviews he did per month. We counted up. Say he would have 2 in August of 2014, 3 in 2015, and so on. So it wasn't him necessarily.
And even in some cases, even increased the amount of angry reviews. He also pointed out that he was also turning up comments for future videos, but he's already done that previously with like 3 or 4 videos prior. He was turning up comments and ratings, as those...
I don't know how I actually feel about turning off comments and ratings. Well, I understand in Angry Joe's case, he kind of had a audience that was being, or rather say a vocal part of his audience that was gaining a support enough to be top comments, was generally becoming fairly toxic and definitely not constructive in any fashion. It was just more or less people just venting in comments, and it was just like, someone took a shit there. And it just kept getting worse and worse, because that seemed to actually influence quite a few people in his audience, because those comments became more common, more liked, more commented on, so they were always at the very top. So that's why he had to turn off comments. And I totally understand why. Even when I was like trying to debate somebody in the comments, they would say, well, it's because he has a Patreon, and since he's getting paid, he shouldn't go back and make shittier content or do what he likes because we paid for it. Which is odd to me because I can't find his Patreon anywhere. It's not linked in his videos. It's not linked on his channel. I Google searched it and I'm getting different shit other than Angry Joe Show. So I'm not sure what Patreon or what forms he takes money from other than, I think, Twitch. I guess I could look on his Twitch profile page. See if he has anything there. Let's take a look. Let's go to... Let's see if we can find Angry Joe on here. Because if he has something on there, I probably could amend my video to actually include something like that. He has a Ooh, pause. I don't give a shit. He has subscribers on Twitch, but those are on Twitch, an entirely different platform, and he has... Let's see, he also seems to have donations. He has 2 separate links for donations, too, which is strange. And he does have a club. He definitely has a lot of weird ways you can donate to his channel. So you can subscribe to him on Twitch, on his website, and you can donate to either him or his website. Usual, okay. But nothing about Patreon, or about like reoccurring subscriptions in the direct hope that you get more Angry Joe Show angry reviews, as opposed to more just Angry Joe or Dereleth.
For the most part, we're just housing an assload of unnecessary negativity. Just housing an
assload. Okay. We'll see if this works.
Assload of unnecessary negativity. Negativity that wasn't terribly constructive for the most part, mind you. It was mostly just people venting, which,
thinking about also
right
adding
or wrong,
comments as well.
Still causes a huge drop in morale and just creates a huge toxic environment. But really, this video came across, the one that Angry Joe did, came off as very heated, and most people saw that as an attack on his fans.
Or rather, I should say
whether
some
that
people
was
did.
right or accurate, it still got the clicks, and that narrative spread pretty quickly. However, it seems that comments and dislikes have seemed to even out for the most part, but on his more recent videos, it still seems that the shitstorm is still there, and I was able to comment on a couple of his videos before he yet again turned it off, so unlikely to see anything change anytime soon. Now, I'm starting to see the same thing with a channel called Star2, a second channel to the popular TF2
Star2,
Overwatch
I guess I
channel
mispronounced
called
that.
Star_. This channel was meant to be a laid-back channel where Star could upload whatever he wanted without much effort for fans that wanted more beyond his content and streams. In this situation, which is different than Curie and Angry Joe's, there was a second channel set up entirely for this different laid-back and low-effort content. So completely different expectations. But please, for the love of all things fucking holy, guess what?
Ooh, there's something there.
Things fucking holy.
Fucking holy, okay. You go it. Hate that snapping thing at points in time.
Things fucking holy. Guess what happened next? I'll give you a few seconds.
Sitting there awkwardly in my chair.
Okay. Well, if you couldn't fucking guess it, his fans became entitled, like the last 2 channels in this series. They started demanding that he suddenly start making his old content again because he was no longer funny and a washed-up has-been. Stuff that even I found, as a person who's been on YouTube for a long time, to be really fucking harsh. Fucking harsh.
I will say, though, at least I don't swear as often as I would say some, like, fucking Australian. Those people say cunts, shits, fucks, like, every goddamn minute. It is strange. Like, go watch somebody like Max Mofo drop an F-bomb every 3 seconds. Absolutely perfect. And they yell a lot.
Really fucking harsh. Another interesting thing about this whole thing on Star2's secondary channel was that this happened rather suddenly. I mean, one video prior, his comments were jolly as fucking ranchers. Jolly as fucking...
Yeah. You there.
As fucking ranchers. And then you go to this video where he did the P fingers joke, and everyone in the comments is talking about how his jokes suck and how he's a terrible content creator all of a sudden. The fuck happened here? The fuck happened?
It's worse than the stuff that Total Biscuit used to get. I guess I could talk about him as well, although I don't remember his controversy as well because it was a while back. But if you don't remember, Total Biscuit, my god. When he was going through his whole channel purge, his comments, holy fuck. And it probably didn't help that the guy also did have some mental issues, at least with regards to like anxiety and social pressures. But his comments would always be about like how I wished you'd die, like stuff that was just unnecessarily incredibly toxic. So he had to completely turn off his comments just because of that. And I don't blame the guy by any means. It's definitely necessary for his channel, but I don't know if he does that recently. His comments have been off for a long time. Actually, let me take a look here. I wouldn't be surprised if he totally removed it. The issue is that having your comments off forever reduces community interaction and involvement. So it generally causes... Oh, yeah, comments are still off on his videos. Which blows my mind. That's interesting. His comments are actually still disabled. And he's had that for years, for at least 2 years now, I think. Interesting. Interesting. He still is open to discussion, but only on subreddits and other websites. I think straight there on YouTube. That's interesting. I wonder if he actually enabled it again, would it actually be as caustic? He'd probably have to do it in a subtle way too. He couldn't just like suddenly make a video and then just let it go on. He could just open the comments on his channel and call it good.
Happened here. Total doesn't look like delayed outrage from his previous channel that hasn't uploaded in a year. Totally not manufactured at all. So what the fuck happened? Well, what the fuck happened?
This is...
The fuck happened?
Okay, this one actually might be hard to conceal. Considering that the fuck is quite... How would I say?
The fuck happened?
Pretty damn punchy. Let's turn that up.
The fuck happened? Well, Star had a decent idea and said, I don't think this, the channel's laid-back atmosphere, is the case anymore. 1 month passed, and then angry people migrated from my main channel solely to tell me that they are angry. So this has not been the case for a long time now, and the mentality in the video has been slowly hammered away by fans who wish this wasn't hammered away. I do not need to upload videos here. There is no monetary incentive. I do not even get the sense anymore that people appreciate them. Maybe we should stop wasting each other's time. Oh boy. In a very short amount of time, Star's second channel, where it was made out to be a lesser quality content channel for his fans who wanted more, now had its vibe kinda killed by demanding fans. And while I understand this is not everyone contributing to the dog pile, and it shouldn't be painted with such broad paint strokes, as the content creator, you really don't need your entire consumer base to revolt to really fuck with your morale. Really fuck with...
I don't know why I was holding my breath there. For some reason, if I thought I'd just even breathe, I would fuck with the editing.
Really fuck with your morale. And this was kind of worries me. This trend of channel...
And this was kind of worries me. Just mumbling at points in this entire recording. To be fair, though, I tried to record that thing like multiple times previously. So I think at this point, I was just kind of like, fuck it. Let's just do it over with now, please. Totally get it though.
Channels meeting hostile resistance from quote-unquote fans when they want to do something different is something that's not really new, but it kind of is. Channels often try to avoid painting themselves in corners as they eventually change their content so they don't want to lose large portions of their audience. Now, it seems that not only will interest fade in this different content, but now that fans will no longer be on the content creator's side when they do decide to do it. And this is worrying. Will channels now be forced to do one thing their whole way of life? Will content creators be forced to make the same content regardless of where it goes? This kind of terrifies me as a relevant content creator, because what if I manage to become somewhat successful? Will fans only want the content the way they want it? Could I do low effort stuff because I feel lazy one day? Could I experiment? It kind of puts channels in a weird position where they no longer have to be worried about painting themselves into a corner, but rather being forced into the corner by fans who believe they're entitled to their content. This is where so many issues can crop up, and we've already seen some of the negatives already. For one, content creators will feel like YouTube and other platforms will be kind of hostile to them. Sure, content creators will be able to upload regardless of what their fans think, but it's really hard to justify spending an assload of time.
There we go. Fine.
Assload.
Ass load. So that's where it splits. So if I push it here.
Assload of time. Editing, rendering, just so you can have some tard scream at you.
Should I censor the word tard? As in retard, by the way. It's not really a swear word. Maybe it's offensive or a tad bit insulting, but considering the context, doesn't really matter.
Your washed up has-been really makes me want to change my morning routine to include a fucking cold glass of great Clorox.
I don't know why I said that in a like West Virginian accent. I don't know why.
Secondly, content creators will be forced to make the same content over and over. Not really that hard of a concept to grasp. As hostility increases, channels will often capitulate to their fans' wishes and try to truck on making their same content they have absolutely no passion or desire to. This will likely cause the third thing, and that is content creators will lose some, if not all, of their drive to make videos. This was clearly shown to happen with Curie, and has took a long period of time with making videos. This, of course, will vary with channels and creators, but it's not hard to say that the likelihood of these things happening again are high. I mean, take a look at the star statement. The last sentence was implying that very idea. Maybe we should stop wasting each other's time. And this should worry you two guys as
I wonder if I should actually keep that long pause there. Keeps that idea of Star saying, maybe we should stop wasting each other's time, keep resonating that in your head, but at the same time, it also breaks the flow of the video because it's a long pause.
maybe we should stop wasting each other's time. And this should worry you two guys as viewers. Maybe we should stop.
I guess I could trim that down a tad bit. Let's just scrunch that on forward.
Stop wasting each other's time. And this should worry you two guys as viewers.
Yeah, that feels better. That feels better.
And this should worry you two guys as viewers, because this will ultimately make content creators do the same shit over and over again. Sure, some of you will like that ultimately, but I feel like some of you will also need a change of pace sometime. I doubt any of you play the same game.
You can hear that as an inhale. Let's try to get rid of that. Like I said, I did record this audio while I'm right next to my microphone, so you can hear me breathe.
I doubt any of you play the same game for years on end with nothing in between, so why are you expecting content creators to do the exact same fucking thing?
There we go. Finally, a swears.
Same fucking thing. If you want lack of creativity and the same generic content to be pushed out, then keep this shit up.
Really pierces the ears on this microphone.
Keep this shit up.
This shit up.
This shit up. Sure, go.
What's this?
Shit up.
No, this is shit. Okay. I can't tell because it's all blended together.
Keep this shit up. Sure, Google may be fisting the living shit out
As I strain that shit.
shit out of YouTubers with ad changes, but that doesn't mean you can just start setting channels on fire for the fucking fun of it.
Ooh, where did that go?
For the fucking
Will that work? You need to make it a little bit
for the fucking fun. For the fucking
Whoops, wrong position. Here we go.
For the fucking fun of it. So viewers, for the love of fucking...
I don't know why the change of swearing was so prominent here.
Fucking God. Get rid of that entitled attitude, and YouTubers, you do you, boo-boo. You do you.
And then that's where the ending card will be. I'm not putting that in just yet, but that should be in. And not too many swears, and there's actually decent portions where I don't swear for a whole lot. I'm thinking next time I should probably throw in a tad bit more jokes. Especially during those long periods where I'm just, I wouldn't say just rambling on, but where I'm just giving a lot of exposition. Probably just want to sit there and keep giving exposition. Those are noted as down points in movies, and they'll probably be noted as down points in this video. Here we go. Let's go ahead and actually add in that ending. Changing my mind. Just want to finish this audio. Oh, that's right, there is no audio in this thing. Although it says there is, but there isn't any audio in it. It's completely silent. Because right there, this was just meant to use the same audio that I would have in my video. Currently, the music is not put in just yet. I guess I could put in the music. What are you guys thinking? I always thought about using the Odin song. I love the Odin one. It's really nice, very laid back, super chill. But it's also pretty damn cool. Let me actually get the song out here. Save it on my hard drive somewhere. And yeah, I know that's illegal, but I don't have the money for it. That, and he doesn't mind too. YouTube content creators, they don't need written statements or to actually buy a license. Let's see, where is it here? Not Jeremy's Soul, that's the Elder Scrolls music. Jarl Ballin, that's Vindsvept. I don't like using his compilations, because his compilations I have to manually adjust every single time, since he doesn't keep the audio levels consistent here. Where did I put it? Relaxing Nordic music. I can't actually pronounce it because it's like, I think, Swedish. Sensor beep, keyboard clicking. Where'd that audio go? Alright, it must have just like vanished in here because I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Oh, is it a video? I did not know it was video. Whoops, did not mean to add an audio track in. Video track. Scrunch that down here. So then you can just delete that and that gets rid of the video. Keeps the audio though. You can just scrunch that down there. Click out of that. I'm actually wondering, is anyone still in here? Oh yeah, there is. Nice. That's good. Always gotta entertain somebody. Alright, so actually, wait, before I put that in the video, I probably should give you guys a how would I say, messed up version of it. So let me just pause that music for a hot second so you guys can hear this. Ooh, it's gonna be loud. Oh, no, it's good. So this is the music I was talking about. And I guess this would be absolutely perfect with the included fireplace sound effects. That would be sweet. Of course, this thing already has ambient sounds included into the mixture itself. So, Really gets a chill vibe. Probably not something that's going to get your blood boiling. I'm not a big about that because I feel like if you start getting music that really amps up your viewers, it kind of triggers the fight or flight response. And if you trigger that within your viewers, you're no longer appealing to their you're no longer appealing to their logic or reasoning, you're appealing to their emotions at points in time. It's the same thing that happens with a lot of conspiracy channels or far-leaning political channels. Like if you watch, I think, what would be a good example? Paul Joseph Watson. He does a lot of this music manipulation on his videos. He'll play some like heartbeats or some bass throbbing music in his background while he's telling you about some serious political issue, so that you start not using your mind when you listen to his videos. You start just getting scared when you watch his videos, which is a brilliant tactic to get people on your side, to keep them loyal forever, without having actually to, I would say, logically challenge them. Thank you, Riolo. Lovely music. This is some good stuff he's made. I love it stuff. So that's what we're going to put in this video. Of course, we're going to have to change the peaks of this thing, because this thing's going to be a tiny bit loud. And we don't want it to interfere with this. I'm thinking we should keep the intro silent, and then play the music afterwards. So it'd be like this.
Now, you may be asking yourself, Painelius, aren't you being a tad bit hyperbolic and a bit of a fucking ass for poisoning a well before we even get started with a title like that? And rude of you to interrupt my fucking video before even the second paragraph. But I guess you're right, my statistically non-existent viewer. Hear me out, though. Even as a content creator that has no success taken off the past 5 years, not that bad. I can say with absolute fucking certainty that what I see in today's audiences on YouTube terrifies me.
Ah, thank you, Relo. Nothing but the best for the channel.
Now, before we get into this dumpster fire video, let me give some like background on how I came to this topic.
Ooh, that is quite overpowering.
Going a while back, there was this channel called Curie that was run by this 12-year-old blonde girl that turned out to be a, say, 20-year-old married man with an equally younger-looking American Girl doll as a wife. Basically, you can imagine this person as your childhood nightmare about whatever was in your grandparents' closet coming to life and yelling into a microphone about Blue Buff for 10 to 15 minutes. You couldn't tell he was a League of Legends YouTuber that maybe it was about various adventures in-game. Nothing terribly out of left field in terms.
Okay, that seems pretty good. Music's not overpowering, it's not blocking the video, and for the most part, it's not emotionally charging the audience. That's what we want to keep on there. So let's go ahead and save that. That I'm liking. So, we could work on doing the faces right now, or adding in the pictures. I'm thinking we can do the pictures because doing the emotes will take an ass load of time. Actually, we probably could do both at the same time, to be honest. Because the emotes will actually be reacting to the pictures in some scenarios, so let's go here.
Has no success taken off the past 5 years. Not that bad. I can say with absolute fucking certainty that what I see in today's audiences is on YouTube.
And do we have a sad face here? And we have a worried face. I mean, I think we gotta have a sad one. We have a surprised face. And we have a happy face, but we don't have a sad one. Interesting.
Terrifies me.
I should also really get somebody... I should probably pay somebody to make me a logo, because this cat face is not my property. The Elder Scrolls Online logo is, of course, not my property, and the Elder Scrolls Online backdrop inside that logo is also not my property. In fact, this text is not even my property. I just took this off a text website. So, if there was ever a copyright lawsuit,
I'd be fucked. Now, before we get into this dumpster fire video,
Here we go.
let me give some like back.
I'm actually thinking, let's go ahead and turn that music up. Can't hear that at all.
Background on how I came to this topic.
There we go.
Now,
Put a neutral face in there. We also need to match it up with the transition here.
Now, before we get into this dumpster fire video, let me.
What do you do?
Split this. Let's flip this around. Oop. Put that back there, and then I guess I get to show this here as well. Flip that horizontally.
Let me give some like background.
Let's go ahead and split this. Restore that.
Like background on how I came to this topic.
And what I'm thinking about doing is that we could have the logo roll out of screen and then roll back in with the pointer stick and then point at, say, a picture of Kiori.
Like background on how I came to this topic.
So it'd be out here.
Going a while back, there was
Although there really is no time to do a rollout. So I guess we try to put a pointing stick here.
how I came to this topic. Going a while back, there was this channel called Kiori.
So this is where I mentioned Kiori, so that's where we get out the pointer stick and point to a picture of his channel. Right now we're just putting the emotions in. Eventually we can animate the emotions. Maybe do some wiggles here and there, we'll see. For some reason this shit is off-centered. Let's take a look here. I think we have the pictures here somewhere. This is a Joe show stir. Okay. Here we go. And let's pump that a frame ahead. And if we go ahead and stretch this out, I'm going to move this off screen just so I can show the shit. Because I'm going to need that preview window as well. Oop, did not mean to turn that. Ooh. I might as well do this with the crop function as well. There's the end of my pointer stick. I don't want to be overlapping with that. Although I guess I could put this level... would this actually affect anything if I put this level on the bottom? No, not really. So I could keep it closer. It doesn't really matter, I suppose.
Kiori that was run by this 12-year-old blonde girl. Blonde girl that Kiori that was run by this 12.
I guess I could point to a picture like this one. Although, what I could do instead is that I could zoom in on this guy's face. Although we did the Skype logo in there as well. The issue is that for this, we're going to have to keyframe the, or sorry, not keyframe, track the entire thing. So click there. I have to shrink this shit. And then, end of it. Actually, where is the end of this?
12-year-old blonde girl that turned out
So what do we want to do is
called
prevent...
Kiori that was run by this
Yep. I messed it up. See, what you want to do is that a frame after, or frame prior to this, you want to set an anchor frame. And then quickly shrink down to this. So in one frame, it changes. So you'll be able to see a tad bit of it, but literally in a 60-second video, it'll be one frame out of 60. So you really shouldn't see a whole bunch.
12-year-old blonde that was run by this 12-year-old blonde girl that turned out to be a, say, 20-year-old married man with an equally younger look.
Maybe I should put a picture of Jamie in there as well. I believe I'm still subscribed to her on YouTube. Jamie. Although I guess that's really a common name, can't really just Google search that. Let's go to Curie then. Maybe it's just on his channel then. Oh, Janie, not Jamie. Here we go. Yeah, the anime avatar, I guess, is spot on. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh. Like, seriously. Look how young she looks. Compared to her husband that looks pretty much just about as young. It's all right, we need a worse frame actually. Is it L that I take? No, it's not L. It's K. No. I know there's a button you can press in here that only moves it by a frame. No. That's audio. Yeah, that's a bad picture. That's a bad one. Yeah, it's a pretty bad picture. Spot on. Kiori looks concerned in the background, and Jamie just looks mentally handicapped. That I can handle. Yeah, let's take a picture of that. Where is Sony Vegas? Yeah. Actually, no. We need silent video pics. Wife. So that will be good enough. And we can just tack this in here. Let's be going here, I think.
Looking American Girl doll's a wife.
And let's shorten that up. Don't want to drag that on too long.
Old married man with an equally younger looking American Girl doll's a wife. Basically.
Maybe we should edit up that pic a tad bit in GIMP real quickly. That photo just looks hideous. So, what we can do, as you can see, there's a tad bit of a white line here. So I'm thinking about doing is just cropping it down to about, I think that. Let's true that up. Bring it down a tad bit. Bring that up. Drag that over. Give that a, already has an alpha channel. Whoops. Invert. Clear. Where's that crop? Alright, I guess I should have to invert that again, then crop. Alright. Export as wife. Yes. And this should automatically change on the video itself.
Equally younger looking American Girl dolls a wife.
The aspect ratio wasn't kept true. Now it just looks retarded. Let's see if we can re-put that in. That should look better.
Younger looking.
Why does it look odd to me? I guess it's just because it's cropped. The picture itself, I don't think is actually... Fuck, that's just the way they look. Okay, it looks like they're a Photoshop mistake.
20-year-old married man with an equally younger looking American Girl dolls a
With an
equally
what do I think change it here? Equally.
Man with an equally younger looking American Girl dolls a wife. Basically, you can imagine this person.
I'm thinking about having an eye roll person. Let's change up the neutral postures as much. Basically, you can think of, like, and with that think, you'd have the eyes roll. Although I'm not sure how to do that in editing.
Basically, you can imagine this person as your childhood nightmare about whatever.
Maybe we could splice in a clip here. Actually, no, let's do a neutral face and then go into the questioning phase.
Basically, you can imagine this person as your child.
As your
Person. As your child.
So I think right there. Crop that down. Questioning.
As your childhood nightmare about whatever was in your grandparents' closet coming to.
We can have that there, and then let's actually get a picture of a creepy ass doll. So like one of those weird Chucky things, but not really. Like, ooh, let's get an American girl. Girl, I was gonna say grill for a second. Nope. Girl doll. A creepy one. Alright, I'm already terrified. Wow, that's really fucking creepy. We can probably make that image transparent. Why do they have their teeth showing? Yeah, that one's creepy enough. Yeah, it's pretty creepy. I'm kind of ashamed that I'm gonna have this image on my hard drive. And open up GIMP. Editing like this is gonna take me absolute ages to do. Let's get this open. I think you have this thing. So scroll in on this. We're basically going to select the outline of her. Let's see if this works. If we get the fuzzy select tool. Ooh, it also includes the book. Select none of that shit. We ain't having that in here. Oops, that one. Yeah, that we can't have in here. And let's get rid of her shadow as well, I suppose. Does this thing already have an alpha channel to it? Let's add one. Yeah, see, look at that. This is a white backdrop in the background. So let's go ahead and increase the size of this and just wipe this all away. Actually, you know what? We could probably just use fuzzy select, to be honest. Oh no, as you can see, fuzzy select though is selecting a large portion of this person's dress. So we can't do that. We're going to have to do this by hand. Fuck. This is going to be obnoxious. I probably could have just Google searched for this, to be honest. But I don't think we get a spitting image of Janie as an American Girl doll. Here, let's go ahead and reduce this size. Get those finer edges. Let's make this pretty wispy. And eventually we'll turn down the opacity. Just so that we can. Those little fine edges. Even clip a little bit more off with relative safety. I think this is part of the dress. I can't really tell. It's also fucking pink and light and shit. There we go. Get rid of all of this. Probably could have chose the black person. Probably would have been a little bit better. Wouldn't have made any sense though, considering one of them's British. And paisley as shit. Not something you think of traditionally. There we go. It's also creepy to anyone who's just getting onto this stream. Why is there just this guy here photoshopping a fucking American Girl doll? Is he trying to look creepy? Because he is succeeding. There we go. This is definitely an interesting portion of this whole thing. Even the shoes do have a shine to them as well. I probably could actually use a line tool, to be honest, for this. Oh, this is an organic shape. With many fucking curves. And there is a little bit in her hand that is not properly washed away. Yeah, really hard to get in there. We're literally etching away 1 pixel at a time. Here, let's get this away as well. Never knew video making could be so comprehensive. There we go. And I think that works out pretty damn nicely. Try to get rid of that pink as well. I think for the most part it looks pretty damn solid. Although I can see a lot of white in here. This will kind of look off in the video if I don't fix this. Here, get rid of all of that fluff. Let's go ahead and just make this regular. Get rid of this entirely. To be fair, I don't think anyone's going to notice this, because it is also pretty damn tiny details. A little white outline doesn't hurt either. much down as humanly possible. Also doesn't help that she's also made out of plastic. So a lot of things are going to look naturally a lot more reflective on the skin. Here we go. And sure, while it may look insignificant on here, you also have to remember this will be in frame, a pretty central portion of it. So getting the editing right does help. Okay, to be fair, I think we chopped off too much of her head. Alright, creepy American doll. And we'll just export that as the same one, just overlap it. Because to be fair, we can just get the same image off the internet. So then, if we overlay that, that'll be in the hard drive. Where the fuck is that at? Oh, wait. Did it seriously not export? No, it exported, but just with the white backdrop. Are you kidding me? Sometimes I have to redo that. I shouldn't have to. But it shouldn't have exported with a white backdrop on it. No, fuck. It exported with the white back. So everything still is going to look choppy as shit. Fuck. Alright, let's try this. Image, invert. Whoops. Invert, then clear. Alright, that works for the most part. A little bit of a white backdrop. Let's just go ahead and reduce that. I'm not sure why it exported like that. I have to check the file settings. Usually when I add an alpha channel, it should default to this. Ah, whatever. It's a free program. Can't expect everything to be, like, intuitive. Yep, fuck it. Close enough. Unfortunately, that's going to be the second time it's going to be exported, so it's going to be quite advanced options. Best quality, safe thumbnail. So it should be good now. Maybe we're just not getting to the right. Yeah, so it's saved in pics from online. Yeah, so it's seriously just right here. Why is it exporting like that? It's seriously a transparent image. Quality up to 100%. Optimize thumbnail. Yeah, so now it's just...
Alright, so apparently for some reason my computer does not want to export this. Maybe it's because it's in JPEG. JPEG, let's just try. PNG. Don't save background color. There we go. Okay. So this should be able to go into here. Ta-da! Look at that. It's absolutely fucking scary. God, it's a lot more work than it needed to be. That's right, we got this metal song. I cut you out of the money pack. What the fuck is that even about? It's a weird ass advertisement. Okay, so this will definitely require some animation. So I'm thinking what we could do for this thing. We could have it. I think we could have her like appear out of the floor and like slowly creep to us. So like we'd be a neutral face. She'd creep up. We'd see her and then change to the oh shit face. Mention this person as your childhood nightmare about what. Yes, we pull this back. Now, oops, too far away. Nightmare about whatever. Childhood nightmare. At the end of that, we'll have her pop out of the floor. So I'm thinking we'll just do this like cropped images. Spread that out. Keep it the same size or smaller. I'm thinking smaller. And have her, oh, that's right. No. Let's just make her smaller then. You don't have to do it with tracking. So 1 frame previously, keep that shit nice and where it is. Go 1 frame in. And then we can change our positionings. So we have her there. So then, let's say 3 frames, 4 or 5 frames in. We have her pop out of the floor. And 5 frames later, she moves a little bit closer to us. And where she's really close now. So then our character reacts by changing faces. And say, you know, let's actually go ahead and have him flip around halfway through. Flip around horizontally. So it looks like he's like just like ignoring her accidentally. As she creeps up from behind and bah! And then she slowly gets closer. That's what I'm thinking. She like pauses.
And we'll note that there. She stops there. And then moves a little bit closer. And then our character just fucking bolts out of screen. Let's see, how do we do this without making it look stupid? Actually, no, we'll have him back up first and then bolt. And we should probably have him also tilt downward. Just so he sees the thing.
Nightmare about whatever was in your grandparents.
Ooh, that is actually really fast.
Is your childhood nightmare about whatever was in your grandparents' closet coming.
And then it moves there.
As your childhood nightmare about whatever was in your grandparents'
So it hasn't moved.
closet coming to.
So here, you can have it stop moving again.
To life and
Coming to life and moving closer.
grandparents' closet coming to life and yelling.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy looking. And then our character yeets on out. Alright, back. Let's see if we can. This is not even a minute in though. We still have like a lot more shit to edit through. To be fair though, we also, for a large portion of this editing process, it'll just be showing screen caps of analytics just going haywire. But at least like the first minute or so will be nice and full of fucking energy. So that'll really get the first initial crucial steps down. So we can close that.
Is your childhood nightmare about whatever was in your grandparents' closet coming to life and
Okay. So how do we do this without making it look weird? So I'm thinking, so we split it here, and then have it quickly exit. So he's right there right now, and say 3 frames later, he just yeets out of screen. Well, that looks weird. So we can't do it that way. What we're going to have to do is instead do track frames. Not this one. We're going to need this one. So 1 frame prior to that. Get a starting point. And then you. Actually, no. That'd be too sudden. That just looks like he'll be gone in like 1 frame. He'll be... Actually, you know what? Here... He'll be there, and we're also going to flip that horizontally. And here... Actually, you know what? Probably shouldn't have done that, to be honest. Here, he'll flip horizontally. And then be bolting on out of there. Whoop. Whoop. horizontally twice.
Yelling into a microphone. And yelling into a microphone about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for some reason it flipped twice. It looked really fucking weird. And then bolting on a screen. So then it should look something like this.
Yelling into a microphone.
And then we have the doll follow us. And then the doll will come soon after. Chasing us as well. Alright, so let's see if it looks as we intended.
Yelling into a microphone about blue buff for 10 to 15.
Maybe we should add a sound effect of like a gunshot. A gunshot sound effect. I think that'll be nice. So then gunshot. It should just be like an asinine amount of gunshots too. Like a ludicrous amount of gunshots. Gunshots. Would that make sense? Oh, this one has an advertisement too. Look at that. Cute. Got some shit audio though. It's two different guns though. That makes no sense. That's too subdued. We need something astronomically ridiculous. 12 hours of machine guns.
12-hour movie request from the ballistics.
Wow. Look at this.
12 hours.
Look at this shit fucking editing.
Sound effects.
That is some old ass video editing.
12-hour gunslinger is back, and this.
What? What is this? It's the same thing repeated over and over and over and over. Distant gun fire. Let's see if this works. Distant artillery. We'll just say regular gunfire sound effect then, because it's not gonna be that far away. Ooh. Machine. Seeing that that's the same subdued one we just heard earlier. God, it still doesn't have that oomph. Like, nothing that you'd be like, oh shit, that thing's certainly destroyed. That just sounds obnoxious. Sci-fi laser. Not sure if we want that per se. Alright, that's pretty obnoxious enough, I think. Let's go ahead and try that. Glad Force Flex. They probably would think that, why the fuck would this guy want this music downloaded? In actuality, it's a goddamn lie. Get rid of that. Oops. God, hopefully the bot didn't die again. No, no one's just here. Sounds about right. Yep. No one's here. That makes sense. Here we go. Thank you. You know. Interesting. Gave me the advertisement, but didn't give me the download link too. I was gonna say, this thing gonna keep on dying on us? The website must be fucking dying like crazy. The hell's going on here? Better not be a million porn ads in the back. And the website died. So let's go ahead and change you to sound effects.
A man with an equally younger looking American Girl doll as a wife. Basically, you can imagine this person as your childhood nightmare about whatever was in your grand...
You know, let's go ahead and extend that out a tad bit.
Basically, you can imagine this person as your childhood nightmare about whatever was... as a wife. Basically, you can imagine this person as your childhood nightmare about whatever was in your grandparents' closet coming to life and yelling into a microphone about blue buff for 10 to 15 minutes.
And then we just have this background sound going on. And this is where I put the sound effects.
You can tell he was...
God, that's obnoxiously loud. Let's go ahead and taper that shit down.
blue buff for 10 to 15 minutes. You can tell he was the YouTube. Maybe it was about various adventures.
I feel like there has to be a separation in the audio to justify that. So we're gonna have to we're gonna have to definitely move this whole thing off a couple of paces. So all of this needs to be moved back just a slight bit. Actually, no, it's right here. You need to be split right there. And then we can move all this shit. There we go. And then we need to have like huffing and puffing in there at some point. We could probably do that on the spot, to be honest. I don't want to look through audio for that shit. And we'll also split the music audio as well. We can do that. Insert audio track. That'll be our recording studio. Browse. No, we're not using that one. Alright, so that's where it'll be. Let's do a little huff and puffing. So, what does it look like?
I came to this topic. Going a while back, there was this channel called Curie that was run by this 12-year-old blonde girl that turned out to be a, say, 20-year-old married man with an equally younger-looking American Girl doll as a wife. Basically, you can imagine this person as your childhood nightmare about whatever was in your grandparents' closet coming to life and yelling into a microphone about blue buff for 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, let's put a little pause in there.
As a wife, basically you can imagine this person as your childhood nightmare about whatever was in your grandparents' closet coming to life and yelling into a microphone about blue buff for 10 to 15 minutes.
I don't know why I find that funny. So then, how would we have I would say a gunfire visual effect. And that's sound effects. Visual effects. Alright, how would I say, not a muzzle brake, but what is at the very end of this? It's like a smoke plume and muskets, but with modern guns. Gunfire flash or gun flash effect. Oh, yes, this is green screen. Not sure if we need the... That works. That works. We'll just need to invert it and center, not center it on screen. I think we're good. Let's go ahead and save that just so it doesn't die on us. Download is the video in browser. Ooh, instant download. Okay, here we go. Cut you video. I don't know, where would I put this? Video clips, here we go. Paste. Okay, so... And yes, I did rip this from another channel. To be fair though, I'm pretty sure that's what meant to be done. But we don't need this guy's audio. Let's actually scooch that down here. Video. Scooch that down. And audio track. So we get this down here. Get rid of the audio. So we just have the video. That's all we need. We already had the sound effect. We've looked through that for like 5 minutes. So then, now we need to shorten this shit up. Go to that track. So what does this look like?
Now, you may
Right here.
a League of Legends YouTuber that maybe it was about League of Legends YouTube. You can tell he was a League of Legends YouTuber that
Yeah, why am I putting so much effort into this? It's not even that good of a joke. Whatever.
parents' closet, coming to life and yelling into a microphone about blue buff for 10 to 15 minutes.
We're syncing this up, don't worry. I'm just doing basic shit right now. I just need to get that final portion of the clip. So that's where it ends. So then we can basically just copy that and paste, 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 and then drag out the smoke. So that was the last shot right there. So we could split that right there. That's the last shot then. Could split it right there too. Drag that on. That is absolutely spot on. I'm proud of that shit. Ah, fucking issues where it's a chroma key every single individual one of these frames. Unless we can group them up. So now these things should move as one unit. Ooh, good, okay. So then this, we could add in, that is the, oh, here we go, okay. Chroma key here, okay, thank you. Actually, you know what, I just thought of this. I'll say so. All of these are still linked together. Okay, so since these 3 frames are repeats, what we could do is just chroma key this thing. And then just, now for this one, it is the green color. Okay. So blur amount. Yeah, let's go ahead and blur that. And so then we can just copy this, paste that 3 times, and do the exact same thing here. With that same couple bit of blur. So that should just look like... Alright, so then... So this should be good. Thinking now we can group this shit. Alright, alright. So now this, go back 1 frame here. Make a starting point. So then this needs to be flipped around, flipped vertically. And it's like to be shown just barely in the corner. So that it should come out looking like... And then from that, I crawl out. Alright, alright. So then, 1 frame after, let's go ahead and restore that. So that's the end point. Go out 1 frame and then restore box. So it should look fine. Beautiful. It's all that good for now. I should maybe have a defeated look face then. Or an exhausted one. So I just don't use like the neutral face and like just drag myself out looking completely indifferent. So I'm thinking here. What we could do is, let me take a look. So his head's gonna need to be down. His eyes are gonna need to be closed as well. Let's zoom in. What I'm thinking about. Ooh, it's a tad bit too large still. What we could do is just we'll seal his eyes closed. Yes, this looks hideous now, but give me a second. I'll fix it soon enough. This is rough editing. It's not meant to be like creme de la crop, especially considering I am nowhere close to even being an artist. And what we can do is we can smudge the lines a little bit here. This doesn't look nearly as choppy. I'm thinking for this one, we'll go ahead, turn down the opacity like crazy. And we're gonna want to airbrush the shit out of this. Okay, maybe the opacity is a tad bit too dark. Yeah, it certainly takes quite a fucking bit. Did not realize how faint this brush is. Yeah, I'm not sure if that works. Okay. Maybe if I smudge the middle of the face a little bit more. Yeah, it kind of looks more naturally inbred. Although not really, because you could still clearly see the outsides of the sockets here. Scrub all of that out. That looks a hell of a lot more blended in naturally, but we're gonna have to add in some minor details like his eyelids. Let's go ahead and shorten that paintbrush up. And let's go ahead and make that color a tad bit more natural. Oh, it crashed. Fucking. GNU image manipulation program has stopped working. That's great. As you can see right here. Yay! All my work's gone. Fucking fantastic. You know what? I think we're gonna call it a goods here. I mean, we've done pretty good so far. We finished the audio, added the music in, added some sound effects, and actually did quite a bit of the work so far. Of course, the first part is going to be what's the most, I would say, time or editive heavy. As it gets high, it'll just be simple pictures. So we'll go ahead and save that and close that down for now. But really, I'd like to thank you all for joining me. Even this was a tad bit longer than usual. It actually was kind of fun to edit. But I think we had a good for today on the editing part of things. So I think we'll have to call it good. Social media links down below for any of those who are interested. As well as there being a Discord if you want to be notified of future streams, as well as join the community. But I think, other than that, guys, it'll be until next time. Bye-bye.